Good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to This Day. It is Friday, July 7th. I'm Michael Taylor. We have a great show for you today. Onto the show, you have that book idea in your head? You ever think to yourself, I could publish, I could do something like that? Well, folks from the Publishing Club are going to be here, and they've got some great ideas for you on how to get started. If you have a book, how to get it published, some workshops for people to get moving and get their plots going. So we're going to talk about that with them. It's going to be, should be some fun. And then Anna Shu with Sunshine Club is also going to be with us, and she's going to tell us about some of the performances they've done and some of the TV that you can watch right here on Village Television. It's going to be a great one. Hey, we want you to stay informed. We got some stuff going on that's going to kind of run into some trouble for you if you're at Gate 2. We got some closures going on next week from Tuesday to Thursday, July 11th through the 13th, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're going to be doing asphalt work over there at Gate 2. So you will have to find an alternative route in and out of there, Gate 1 or 3 to get through there if you need to come in, and Gates 1, 3, and 4 if you need to get out. So that will be your plan. So make sure you avoid that area next Tuesday through Thursday. Let's take a look outside at the weather. We've got the clouds, we've got the unusually cool temperatures, but that is not going to last. No siree. We're going to get hot. If you guys have been saying, where's the summer, when's it going to hit? We had a great 4th of July weekend, or week, but the sun's coming back on Tuesday. So we got the 70s, low 70s through the weekend. It'll be nice. Then we start to warm up on Monday, and it's going to be very hot. We're going to have 100-degree temperatures in the inland areas, but for us, we're going to top out in the 80s somewhere. And our sunrise and sunset, we have a great picture to show you. It's down there in San Diego, and that's a great one with the birds flying by there. Sunrise today was 5:47, but you didn't see it. There were clouds, and the sunset is going to be 8:04. Got a few meetings to tell you about, so we're going to put those up on the screen, and when we come back, folks from the Publishing Club will join us. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Do you want the government to take control of your assets and your legacy, or do you want to take control? L.S. Carlson Law is well positioned because we have a team of estate planning attorneys. You call us, we sit down with you, and we will define what is the customized estate plan that properly protects your legacy.
I'd like to personally thank L.S. Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
Whether that book idea is in your head or on paper or wherever it might be, our next guests here have some ideas for you about how you get that book published and how it all works. I want to welcome from the Publishing Club, Ann Himes and Michael Pontecorvo.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for
Hi.
joining us.
Thank you.
So, Ann, you're a member of the publishing club, and you've had some books published, so you have some success stories, right? You know how to kind of get there, right?
Well, my publishing journey started when I lived in Maryland not long ago, and I wanted only traditional publishing. So my path to publishing a book traditionally started with being a member of the Eastern Shore Writers Association, which is very similar to the publishing club here in Laguna Woods. So one of the monthly programs that we had was two men representing different avenues to publishing. One was a publisher himself, the other was somebody who had self-published. So they gave their program, and after the program I went up to the publisher and I said, you know, I have this book that is finished that I'd love for you to take a look at. And we chatted for a little bit. And he said, well, it's not really the kind of thing I normally would publish, but I'll be glad to take a look at it. I think he felt obligated because he'd just been our speaker.
Right.
But he did, and I emailed him the manuscript, and in less than 2 weeks, he got back to me, and he said, I'm interested in this and would like to pursue it.
Okay.
So we met, signed a contract, and then we proceeded to work out the book formatting and layout and the cover. All of these things are paid for.
And which book was that, by the way? What you have? Which one was that? That was the Shadow and Whimsy. That was your first book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the publisher took care of all of those kind of details. I hired an editor, but he paid for a copy editor, which is a different kind of a thing.
Right.
And we proceeded to that. And then when I was 70 years old, I got a master's in English, completed an Iron Girl triathlon, and had my first book published. So the launch was in 2016 at the library in St. Michael's, Maryland. The publisher paid for wine and refreshments, and we had a great and successful launch. And then from there, the next step, of course, was how to promote this and market it. And the publisher has lots of networking possibilities, and he proceeded with that. I also then planned and did a book signing tour in Cape Cod. He gave $500 toward that trip. The book was published in hardcover, softcover, and as an audiobook.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Again, I paid for nothing, and we're here to talk about
that's
process.
the traditional, right?
Yeah,
and I guess
not the books.
The thing is
but,
that people have to understand is writing the book is
the beginning.
very small part of that step,
Yeah.
right? Because there's the marketing, there's the getting the published, and your route sounds like it was a fantastically kind of easy, and we don't want to give people the impression that that's just you meet a publisher, they read
Right.
your book, and it's all over with, right?
Right.
It can be a definite challenge to get that in front of the right publisher, and for them to say, here's how we're going to market this, here's how we're going to put you on a book tour. It's a
Right.
big expense by the publisher too, right?
Yes, and he did a lot for me. He set up interviews. I was on a literary podcast. We did book fairs. I had a book signing at Barnes & Noble. And then I did additional signings at bookstores and a number of library talks.
Okay. Now, Michael, I don't want to leave you out. We want to get you in here somewhere. Tell me a little bit about the publishing club, how you guys get people like Ann in and get them on that pathway to success.
Yeah,
What do you guys
that?
do? How do you do that? What's the magic?
The magic is in the name, I think, Publishing Club. There are lots and lots of people in Laguna Woods who write. And they look to us to give them information on, for example, how to write a book proposal, how to find a literary agent, how to publish themselves. There's a way of doing that through Kindle that is an avenue for most people. And we have like monthly meetings. I think you have it up maybe on your screen.
Right.
For example, we have one on July 19th in Clubhouse 3 from 2 to 4. And anybody in Laguna Woods can come and see what we're all about. We're going to have a fellow named Scott Hayes, who's an emeritus instructor here, be the speaker.
Okay.
And he'll give a lot of information with regards to, again, book proposals, finding literary agents, that sort of thing.
Now, do people, there's the self-publishing world was something that people kind of looked down their noses at, maybe a little bit, a long time ago, but that seems to be something that has, with all the Amazon and Kindle and all of the access to technology, it's an avenue, it's a legitimate avenue for some folks, right?
So it's certainly an avenue.
Anybody can write a book.
Well, yeah.
It's certainly an avenue, okay? A lot of the gates that you would normally have to go through in order to have a book that goes out to the mass market to actually sell, to, let's say, get on the New York Times bestseller list, those gates aren't there.
Right.
You can just do it yourself. And you can go home and have on your coffee table an example of something that you have written, and it looks professional from the outside, but it is not competition for the traditional path.
Right. So there are those avenues. And, here in the village, there's a world of experience. I know that, what's the nice, young, new, hip kind of trend thing, but, there's people with a world of experience that maybe can put that into a book and have that opportunity. They just don't know how to do it, right?
Well, and I think
You
we're
can speak to
in the
that, too.
publishing club to become better writers.
Yeah.
That's the point of this.
Right.
And I think what you're kind of talking about is vanity press, is what that used to be called,
Okay.
the self-publishing. I was never interested in that. I wanted the validation from a professional that this book had value. But yes, there are a lot of people with a story to tell. Doesn't mean you're a good writer, but that's what the publishing club is here to encourage
Right,
people.
and to kind of get that focus down there. Have you had any success stories that care to mention in terms of like people who've come into the publishing club and it's like, hey, they actually got a book, or they actually had some success in terms of getting down the line?
There's a few
bit?
people, yes.
Yeah.
There's a
John
few-
Grisham's?
Yeah, well, not quite on that level. But there's a lady named Ann Himes who has had that success. I would say currently most are vanity press,
Okay.
But we're working on it.
Dan, what would be the advice you would give to someone who's come to you and say, I've got a great idea, I've kind of started a story, and I'm not really sure where to go? Obviously, come to the publishing club events.
Yeah, I think it can't be overstated the importance that this is a craft, and you must learn it. We all love words. If we're writers, we love words. But we were talking about writers' conferences before the show, and that's important. Go learn. That's where I picked up my editor. She was a speaker at a writers' conference, and just a fabulous connection. You need somebody that is going to look at your work with a hatchet. And that's how you grow, that's how you learn, and that's how I think a successful book is born.
Good writing is hard work.
Yeah.
And it
Right.
takes a lot of hard work to be a good writer.
And the ability to take that feedback, right, too, because that's an important thing. I think a lot of people say, that's my book, that's my art, there it is, don't touch it, oh, you can't do this. But that's part of the process, right? You have a copy editor, an editor who are different forms, and the publisher's going to have their input and those kinds of things, right?
Yeah, and again, just about the process, I paid for an editor before I submitted the manuscript. My publisher paid for the copy editor, and those are both really important functions. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the proof's in the pudding, right? So what was your first book about? I don't even think we mentioned that.
It's called Shadow of Whimsy, a Cape Cod love story. And it's
Okay.
not a romance novel, bodice ripping and stereotypical things, but it's kind of an unusual love story that happens in Cape Cod. Then the second book is called Love and Lies, and it's a memoir, but it's still fiction. It's a novel. And it is a sequel to the first one, but they are independent, standalone stories.
Okay,
Yeah.
terrific. Michael, what should people do in terms of getting a hold of the club and go to the website, look for the information, the next event's coming up? Tell us one more time before we wrap it up here.
Absolutely. Again, I would encourage everybody to come to the July 19th meeting that's going to take place at Clubhouse 3 from 2 to 4. All are welcome, and we hope to see you there. You can join and become a member at that meeting.
Okay, terrific. Michael and Ann from the Publishing Club of Laguna Woods Village, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
you.
us.
And still to come, we're going to get some fun news about what's coming up for the Sunshine Performance Club. Stay with us.
Welcome to the RadNet Health Spot. I'm Stephanie Landon, talking to you today about screening for lung cancer. Did you know that each year, more people die of lung cancer than of colon, breast, and prostate cancers combined? The good news is that the numbers of new lung cancer cases and deaths from lung cancer continue to decrease, partly because people are quitting smoking and also due to advances in early detection. With that in mind, let's take a look at lung cancer screening so you can understand your risk or that of someone you love. Low-dose CT is a specialized screening that is used to find lung cancer before you have symptoms and before the cancer has spread, when it becomes more difficult to treat. The exam itself is quick and easy. There are no needles for contrast or X-ray dye and no need to fast before the exam. Most importantly, this screening test is covered by almost all insurance plans for most people at high risk. So what is considered high risk? There are a few factors used to assess candidacy for this screening, all of which involve your smoking status. These include having at least a 20-pack year smoking history, currently being a smoker, or having quit smoking within the last 15 years, and you are between the ages of 50 and 80. Anyone who is at high risk for lung cancer due to their smoking history should speak with their healthcare provider about getting a low-dose chest CT. The fact is, the key to surviving cancer is finding it in its earliest stage. And the best way to find lung cancer early, if you are at high risk, is with a low-dose lung CT.
Members of the Sunshine Performance Club perform musical and variety shows here in the Village, and we also have them on Village Television, so you can see them there. We're going to talk about all that and more with our guest, Anna Shu from the Sunshine Performance Club. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thanks
Glad
for
to
coming.
be here.
So tell us a little bit background for people who don't know. We always want to make sure people know, what is the Sunshine Performance Club all about? And what kind of performances, music and variety?
Yeah, so the Sunshine Performance Club is a variety show club that we provide entertainments for the village residents as well as the residents in the senior centers. And so Sunshine Ludi and her husband, David Hartman, started this club 15, 16 years ago. And every Friday, they will go to the Healthy Aging Center and perform 1 hour of shows. And I remember the first time when I was there, trying to check out how that is, and I was really touched by the enthusiasm of the performers. If Sunshine is not singing, then she would just go around and then get the seniors up from the on their feet and dance. I can see the joy the residents, have.
It's quite engaging,
really,
right? They're engaging, there's the interaction, which is fun.
So, and we have talents from singers, guitar players, ukulele players, and pianists. And recently we also incorporate some dances, myself dance hula, and any kind of art form we will accept, even comedian maybe.
Yeah, kind of the feel of the old Ed Sullivan Show, just a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, yes. So the emphasis, I think, with this club is to serve the community and using using your talent in music and in art. And so before the pandemic, every Friday we do the show, and then during the pandemic for 3 years we have been doing Zoom.
You were doing
shows.
Zooms for a long time, like
Yeah.
3 years of Zooms,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
And so that must have been a huge challenge.
Well, at the beginning it was.
Yeah.
There were always some challenges like dealing with the technology,
Right.
dealing with internet speed, but we are trying our best. And I heard that the residents really look forward to the every Friday's show.
Right. Now you guys have been back. You've been back for a while now. So where are the performances happening now?
So right now, well, we do twice a month at the Healthy Aging Center, the first and the third Friday at 1 o'clock. And well, we actually only returned for our first returning show on June 16th. And the seniors there and the center, they were so excited, and they say, please come back and do all the live shows, because we plan to gradually get back to all the live shows. But they were like asking us, come back every time. So the board discussed about it, and we decided to go back. So actually tomorrow is our second returning show. And so besides of the Healthy Aging Center, we also agreed with the Florence Sylvester Center that we would do once a month a show on every second Tuesday at Florence Sylvester Center. So the seniors, the show starts at 11:30, and the seniors can enjoy their lunch and enjoy our music there. So we have been doing that since last March or March.
Right.
So So actually, our first show there is March 14th.
Okay.
And so this coming Tuesday is our next show at the center.
And what's your favorite part of doing this? You got hooked when you saw them performing there. What got you to say, I'm gonna do this. I want to be part of this.
Yeah. So one thing is, just like I told you, that I felt touched, and with that enthusiasm, like when you first time you go to Disneyland, but they do that. The performers do that every day. And they are doing entertainment just like first time, and with all that enthusiasm. And I was very touched that how can you maintain this kind of spirit and to serve the community. And then that was really touching. Of course, what interested me is that I think that provided a very good venue for me to show my talent and share my talent with the residents, with the seniors there. And I think that's something I felt I'm valued, and I can realize my value with such activities.
So they get something, you guys get something. It's kind of this whole kind of a mutual uplifting, you could say.
Exactly. So I think the difference. I think the difference of the Sunshine Performers Club is that we emphasize on serving the community. We do free shows and at the two senior centers, but now we are expanding our service areas. And then so like last May, we have got a gig at Lake Forest Senior Center.
Right, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're moving out a little bit. Also, if people can't get out to the shows, it's also on Village Television, and that's a nice hour-long show you have there too. And that is Sunday evening, 6 p.m. on Village Television.
For anyone that was used to every Thursday evening, 6:30 show, it is changed to be
Anna Hsu,
Sundays.
Thank you so much for joining us from the Sunshine Performance Club. We look forward to the shows and everything you have coming up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to look ahead to Friday's featured movie and some announcements for you when we come back. You're watching This Day.
Dr. Farhumand and her associates at Brilliant Smile are excited to announce we now feature cone beam computed tomography. CBCT scans have many benefits over traditional x-rays. They are fast, safe, non-invasive, and provide better care to our patients. The 3D images provide an accurate view of teeth, bones, and soft tissue. It allows us to diagnose and treat more effectively. Also, it features modern diagnosing of sleep apnea by checking the airways and obstructions. Get started today. Call Brilliant Smile, Laguna Woods Village favorite dentist.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back to This Day. Let's take a look at the Friday movie we have for you. It's going to be Apollo 13. Very true story of the Apollo mission, the failed Apollo mission to the moon, but really the effort that it took to get all of these folks back to Earth safe and sound. Tom Hanks is in this one, along with Kevin Bacon. It's a terrific movie. It's going to be provided to us by Providence Mission Hospital, 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It's a good one. You're going to want to watch that one. I enjoyed it. For those of you who don't know the story, it's a fun one to watch. Hey, let's take a look at some fun things we have going on in the community. We have an ice cream social coming up that you're not going to want to miss, and that's going to be a really fun one. It's free, but you do need to make a reservation, so make sure you contact that phone number on the screen there, 949-452-3791. Their ice cream float social is going to be on July 12th. That is coming up next week at Clubhouse 7 from 2 to 3 p.m. Should be a good one. Let's take a quick look at the weather before we leave you. The sun is going to start poking through here pretty quick if you're watching our 9 a.m. show. And it's going to be 70s, nice temperatures over the weekend, but we're going to really heat up on Monday and Tuesday for the rest of the week. So it's going to be a warm one. Get ready for some sunshine. Make sure you have water with you. Hope you enjoyed the program. My name is Mike Taylor, and for everybody here on Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.